Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Someone said that thanks to me, the gender balance is kept among the speakers, so I'm very happy to be here. I'm even happier to be here. It's my great pleasure to participate in ITAPA conference. I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate to Slovak Republic on an excellent presidency of the Visegrad Group, in particular for making sure that digital transformation is among its top priorities. Cooperation in this dynamic field is crucial to strengthen the competitiveness of our region and ensure sustainable development. It's even like today, which allow us to brainstorm, to launch common projects and promote Visegrad digital agenda. In this context, you may be intrigued by the title of my presentation. At least you were supposed to be intrigued, so I hope you are. Choosing your battles. Let me elaborate to that. With the digital revolution comes, of course, opportunities for a new business model, investments, and economic growth. The role of policymakers is to adapt the best possible strategy to maximize the benefits brought about digital economy, but also to be alert and prepared for any risk it may cause. We must be smart about it, because one cannot be a leader in every of all digital solutions, it's obvious. We must pinpoint those areas where we can successfully prevail and deliver tangible results. Furthermore, it's better not to act alone, but join forces with the countries with similar values and experience. That is why I proposed as the Visegrad Group that we identify our common strength, prioritize our actions, and decide on the best digital model for our group. V4 cooperation is already visible, especially in Brussels. We are all prominent members of EU digitally like-minded group. We regularly adopt a common position to create right regulatory environment for EU digital sector, but I genuinely believe that we can do more. And after much thought and examination we had at the Polish Ministry of Digital Affairs, we've established that for our countries most profitable is to focus on data. But what is important, I don't mean personal data, but raw data generated by human or machine activity or environmental observation. Data collected by undertakings, but also data managed by governmental bodies and other public entities. It's our view that through the creation of data economy, we can boost economic performance and competitiveness of our region. Our territorial proximity is certainly an advantage, but the real challenge is to trigger industry data sharing. As the before, we should encourage business to use data for growth and investment, and take action to remove any obstacles that still stand in the way of the free flow data. And we are all aware that there are plenty of them. At the Polish Ministry already, we try to inspire the business community to free their flow, to free their data by implementing a governmental open data program. This includes a dedicated website which provides free access to public information for reuse in different categories such as educational, education, environment, budget, and finance. But for the Visegrad Group, we have another idea in mind. Oops, new technology. Okay. We believe that one way to establish a fully functional data economy is to set up trusted ecosystems taking the form of virtual data warehouses. The warehouses where data could be collected, managed, and exchanged. We believe that building such data warehouses would provide a real opportunity to create new services and to create new categories or products, and as a consequence to boost our economic growth. It will, among others, serve the development of new technologies such as AI, which is in front of us. The concept in its development back in Warsaw as a laboratory first. We have the ambition not only to kick off the laboratory, but to invite all of you and all of other member states to work together on that. The Visegrad Group seems for us as the best way to start. The first step has been already made in April this year by non-paper which has been released. Now we need to follow up, and we would like to propose setting a V4 working group dedicated to bring to life the concept of virtual data warehouses. I believe it could be a flagship initiative of Visegrad Group. The message I would like to put across is that without access to the industrial data, we'll never be able to make any technological breakthrough. Any programs aim at building data ecosystems or unified data warehouses will greatly contribute to AI technology, which we are facing today. In the near future, AI technology will be an integral component of the majority of products and services. In a consequence, application of AI should be addressed as broadly as possible, not only from an economic, social, but also security perspective, and involve all relevant stakeholders, which is business, national governments, NGOs, and of course, end users. In Poland, right now, we are creating national strategy. It's just like last Friday, we unveiled our report on AI situation in Poland, and we drafted our proposal for a future strategy of AI development in Poland on around four main points, which has been, data-driven economy, financing of AI development, education, and legal and ethical aspects, which is extremely important in our opinion. But, however, going back to my previous statement, I want to underline that, of course, AI technology could be fruitful and useful only if it will be fed by data. So that's why I strongly encourage you to join us and work on the warehouses, virtual data warehouses. I truly believe that this is a very exciting time in front of us. Okay. Right now, the current European Commission cadency is coming to an end, as well as my presentation. So don't worry, this is the last slide. We must look into the future and face the challenge which are around us. Digital single market strategy has already made a huge difference in life of citizens of every European countries, but I believe that we only scratch the surface. much need to be done for Europe to be a true match to the likes of USA or China. So one major issue is certainly governance. With the digital transformation affecting almost all economic sector, it has been very difficult to keep track on a digital legislation and policies, whether at EU, but as well as at the national level. So we have to come up with a clear system of coordination and leadership to avoid fragmentation. The second thing, in order to thrive Europe digitally, we must be aware that funding must be secured. It's particularly important that EU remains aware of the important investment and comprehensive outlays which will stimulate growth of digital area. From our side, we very much appreciate that the funds for digitalization were not allocated only from central instrument, but were also incorporated in cohesion policy instrument. This is where the unity of the Visegrad Group is needed and will be needed, because I believe we have quite similar experience with in using EU funds within cohesion policy, but we have quite low experience in using central managed funds. As before we stated, we've been pushing for Europe to embrace the digital revolution and completing the digital single market. When the new Commission takes office, I believe that we should intensify our cooperation and promote a uniform view of digitalization. And this is what I encourage all of us to do. At this point, I conclude my presentation. I'm happy to discuss everything that I already said during the panel and maybe during the breaks. Thank you very much, and again, thank you very much for having us here.